Hey there, Gopal here. Just thought I'd relay another little story. So it's been about 5 years since I began the journey of functional fitness, or you could call it CrossFit. So Olympic lifting and other exciting gymnastic type exercise things. So 5 years ago, I really didn't understand the difference between a snatch, a clean, a full clean, squat clean. I knew what a deadlift was, I knew what a back squat was, but no real idea what a snatch was. But the reason I'm saying this is because fast forward 5 years, my squat is quite arse to grass, you could say, quite low, deep. Snatch is good, nice and low, low catch, etc. But like all things, it wasn't always like that from the beginning, and it took time to get there. I wasn't always as flexible as I am right now. Likewise, I wasn't always able to lift the way I can lift now. So it takes time, it takes dedication and effort. You got to put in the work. 5 years ago, I was training maybe 4 times a week. Now I get in twice a week. Life changes over the years. But definitely a lot of time and effort goes into everything, really. Mobility, strength training. And you just got to put in the time, put in the effort, and the results will come. So that's kind of how it worked for me. I'm sure that's how it'll work for everybody that puts in the effort and time, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. So 5 years in, this is me. 5 years ago, didn't like wall balls, still don't like wall balls. Trying to do a pull-up 5 years ago, that was hectic. Took me about 6 months to figure that out and build up the strength to actually do a pull-up. I wasn't overweight or anything, I just wasn't strong or strong enough to do pull-ups properly. Now, after probably took 6 to 12 months to get a decent pull-up, and then I learnt how to butterfly and have been butterflying ever since. And now I can quite easily knock out 10, no dramas, 10 in a row, which is great. What else? Toes to bar, that took a while to get the rhythm down, and just bringing the knees up nice and tight and high. Obviously takes time and effort and practice. Quite a bit of hip flexibility and mobility involved in that one as well. Bringing the knees up nice and close to the chest and then flicking the toes out. That takes the weight out of the lower body when trying to do that maneuver. Squats, still a bit of work to go through the shoulders to get my front rack nice and high, the elbows high. I've always found that difficult, particularly with my right hand, because I broke my wrist when I was 11, and being in a cast and for X weeks, and then having to get physio done on my arm, I never really got the full mobility back in my right arm. So my right hand doesn't turn. My palm doesn't face the ceiling as my left hand does. So that it causes a little bit of issues when I'm front racking. So front squats, shoulder press, cleaning. But we push through and keep going and keep practicing. Keep working on it day after day, week after week, and it all comes together over time. Time is the ultimate test, and with everything you got to do it in a balanced way, in a way that you can maintain it over the years. Like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and at first when I had loads of time I was able to go 4 or 5 times a week, but as life goes on, being a parent, and my wife trains as well, so we have to split up the days. So I'm down to two lifting or functional training sessions a week, but that's okay. I do other things in my spare time. But yeah, it takes time and effort, and you just got to put in the time and work towards a goal. So you've got to do things equally and make it sustainable and manageable. So whether that's physical fitness, eating, dieting, if you want to call it dieting. I don't diet personally. I just eat moderately and for my goals or my physical activity. Anyhow, that's another little story, so I'll catch you soon. Namaste.